Hey guys, welcome back to Real Talk with Dane. Thank you so much for coming back, listening every week to new episodes that I post. Thank you for your guys' support and love. Really appreciated. Today we've got Russell here with me. And I'm super excited to talk to Russell because he's been through a couple of things, and I'm just excited to get his opinion on certain things and talk to us a bit about experience and so forth. So thank you for doing this, Russell.
You're most welcome.
Yeah. One thing, like, we've had conversations before. One thing that I noticed. Okay, I didn't mention to you this before, but I noticed you're in the kitchen, eh? You're in the kitchen. So maybe we can talk about that a bit later. But I wanted to start off. What was fascinating for me is about, like, all the different industries you've been in or you've been working in. I know you've been, I don't know if you train, but I know you've been in fighting, you've been in health and safety, you've been with swimming coach, construction, and a few things. I want to, like, just talk to you about, like, where did it maybe start? What came after? What came first? What were you most passionate about compared to all those things that you did? Talk to us a bit about that, Russell. Okay.
Okay, so when I was 15 years old, I was in standard 8.
Okay.
People nowadays call it grade 10.
Yeah.
My father came to me one day and just said, "Here, read this book." It was a pocket-sized copy of the Occupational Health and Safety Act
Okay.
and all of its regulations. And I had no idea why he's giving me this book, but because my dad was a carpenter in the construction industry for all
Okay.
these years,
Mhm.
I was always kind of in the construction industry, man. It was always a
Okay.
part of my life.
Yeah, because your father did it.
Yeah, so then we also had this whole weekend because we didn't grow up rich.
Yeah.
We grew up slightly under the poverty line. Right?
Okay.
So then my dad used to get his fortnightly salary, and that could not really support everyone at that particular time. We were a family of 5.
Okay.
Then my little brother was born after that still.
Oh, big family you grew up in, eh?
So now we're a family of 6, 4 kids and the parents. So making ends meet was an issue. So then we used to go, like, do odd jobs on a Saturday. My dad would have his sideliner job. So we were always kind of involved with carpentry and the building industry.
I
and all that kind of
see,
stuff.
I see. Okay.
So in standard 8, gave me this book. I had to read it. It took me like over a year to read because I'm not a big reader. I'm not a great fan of reading.
Yeah, same here.
And then I gave him his book back. I said, I finished the book finally and everything. He asked me, what's on page 47?
Sure.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to need that book back.
Yeah.
Took me another year
Yeah.
to memorize this entire piece of legislation. And then that was in the year of matric. But within that time, he then worked for the South African Woodworkers Union, and then he worked for the Master Builders Association as a lead auditor. And I know I'm speaking about my dad. So
No, it's fine.
as
No, it's
if
fine.
you're doing about
Yeah.
my
About
dad.
him. Yeah.
But then he like told me to, like, kind of instructed me, check out, type out these audits and do this and do that. And as I'm typing out the audits, he'd be sitting there and he'd be asking me questions. Now, why did this happen here? And those kind of things.
Yes, of course, to make sense of it.
Yeah, so now he was kind of grooming me.
Yes.
Eventually finished matric. At the time, I was working at Pick n Pay
Okay.
as a cashier.
I feel like we all start off in retail, eh?
Retail is quiet. Like, I got my first bit of training for employment at Pick n Pay, and it's something that stuck for me since 1998.
Yo, I was like, how old? 2 years old at the time.
Yeah, check. That was the year I matriculated. I was 17
Okay.
years old. They taught us soft skills, customer
Yes,
as
yes, yes.
queen. That was what they said. Customer's queen. When I started at Pick n Pay, originally I was a till packer.
Yeah.
Then they told us, you are the last person that this customer is going to have contact with in our shop. You are responsible for making sure that they leave happy so that
Okay.
they come back.
Okay. Is that why you so like I found this very fascinating, and I told you this before. You remember everyone's name and surname on the floor. Everyone. And like you've got this friendly vibe with everyone and whatever. I'm assuming it comes from there. Or what?
I don't know. I don't actually have a great memory, right? But when I started here at Old Mutual, I was downstairs, and all the Xhosa names and the Zulu names,
Yes,
it was
it's
very
so
difficult
complicated to
man.
pronounce. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I thought, you know what now? Your name, it means a lot to you, man. Like there are certain things, in my old age now, I've come to realize that perspective is very important.
Yeah.
So to be able to look at one thing from different sides, it's an amazing thing to see the point of view of others, right? And someone's name is very important.
Okay.
That is something that you pick up. Like as you get older, there are things that count very, very much less than other things.
Yes.
So when you're young, you think about, oh, I need to accumulate these things in life.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
But when you
yes,
get
yes.
older, it's more like
Simplicity.
that don't really. It's not really a thing, right? So then I made it an effort to I made the effort to learn people's names so
Okay.
that because nobody liked compliance officers.
Yeah, I want to
Right.
talk about that as well.
Like nobody likes
Yes.
compliance officers.
Yes.
I come from an industry where it's my job kind of to be hated all the time. I come from the safety industry. Nobody likes safety officers.
Yeah.
Nobody. I don't know why I love being a safety officer, but nobody likes safety officers. So when I go out onto a site or something,
Yeah.
as strict as I am, and I am strict because I'm a stickler for the rules.
Yeah.
You don't have to be highly aggressive to get to a certain outcome.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I
So
hear you.
my contribution towards this coming together situation was learning someone's name
Okay.
and putting the name to the face, which was kind of difficult. That's you don't so much just get somebody like, okay, this is now the 150th person that I meet in this place.
Yes.
I need to, and
Yes.
it started like a very, very simple thing because I was only looking after something like 50 people at the time.
Okay. I feel like that is still a lot though. Like I would go out and we would meet like a few people and I still like forget their names. But I mean it's I can hear the point that you're bringing across about like respect, because some
Yeah.
people take offense when you can't maybe pronounce their name correctly, or you
Yes.
forget their name and whatever. So it's interesting that you say that, because I never saw it that way, but it is, now that I'm thinking about it, some people take actually offense if you can't pronounce their name or you don't remember their name or,
Yeah.
or
So
whatever. Yeah.
take for example, my manager's manager. Her name is Gamu, right?
Okay.
But white people can't really pronounce it for some other reason, as if they don't speak Afrikaans. Then they call it Gamu. You know what I mean?
It's
It's little things, but if you say it right,
yeah.
it goes a long way.
It does, yeah, it does. And I can clearly see that with you, like even on the floor and stuff. I can see that people respect you for remembering their name and pronouncing it properly or whatever the case is. So yeah, definitely something that I never looked at before. But I hear you. But yeah, keep talking about like the career. Yeah, I don't know.
So after Pick n Pay, the soft skills a person learned at Pick n Pay, it was incredible, man.
Okay.
Like once again, it's a matter of perspective, right?
Yeah.
And it's something that I struggle to grasp it properly. Like I knew it for all the years, I knew it, but I struggled to grasp it. But then way back, like 2 decades ago or something, it finally kicked in. Like, if I go to work, but something bad happened to me at home, it's nobody at work's fault that
Yeah.
thing happened to me at home.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't know what happened to me at home. They
Yes.
don't, because they don't know. They obviously don't care, right?
Yeah,
It sounds a little bit harsh, but
But they don't know, so yeah.
that goes into to a different, totally different branch of philosophy called the science of observation. But if they don't know that something's happening, then they obviously can't care about it.
Yeah.
So they're just going to treat you. People must say, they kyk my by die gefriet aan. So they must not just gonna see you. They're not gonna know everything about you. They're not gonna know what's happening in your life.
Yes.
But it's unfair for me to lash out at people because
Yes.
they didn't cause me
Cause
pain.
whatever
They
happened
didn't
at all.
cause me the turmoil that I'm feeling.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So I can't take it out on them.
Yes.
That is why I'm
the same all the time and every day.
yes.
Ah,
And it's weird. I know it's weird, but I can't help it.
No, I don't think it's weird. I think it's a good quality to have actually. Because I also try to practice something like that. You know, whatever happens at home, it's like you said, no one knows and whatever. But I feel like if something bad happened at home and I'm coming to work and you can tell that I'm not necessarily going to be rude to you or disrespect you in any way or whatever, but you can tell I'm off because maybe I'm more quiet. So on a happy day, I'll be maybe more talkative or whatever, but I'll still practice
Like you were
the
like a
respect.
couple of months ago.
You think so?
You're just going to work and you're like kind of like just like
I think I was more
in your
focused.
You were in your own mind all the time. Like I didn't want to still.
Yeah, look, a lot of people mentioned it to me, but I mean, I think at the time I was just focused on a lot of things, trying to get a lot of things sorted out. So I was within myself and not really as talkative or as jokey as I usually am, or whatever, you know. But I mean, it's important as a look. My opinion, it's okay to be that way because I'm not being disrespectful to anyone. But I can
Yes,
hear
rather say nothing than to say something
yes, you know what I'm saying. But I can hear your perspective saying that it's not fair to lash out on anyone because they didn't cause it or whatever.
bad. Look, I'm not saying that you don't have things bubbling up inside and everything. It's just now with all the traumatic things that I've gone through in life now, I've learned to be able to, you know what, let's put that in that particular box and we file it away for a different time.
Okay.
Because now is not the time for that kind of thing. Right?
uh.
So then a lot of people call it compartmentalizing.
Compartmentalizing. Yeah, I'm learning big words.
But it's just it's a useful tool to be able to, like there was a day on the floor, I don't know if it was in this year or late in last year, when I think his name was on the floor. It just came to the section. Now the reason why I am the way I am on the floor is because the way the was not.
Oh yes, I remember him.
He was a little bit too much.
Yes.
So I went to, because Vara was the first manager there, I told her that I'm not going to go all out because of what everybody went through.
Yes, before that, yes.
It was tormenting the way that I understand it. So just kind of calm things down and kind of be nice and everything.
Yes.
But now the people that came back to Old Mutual, that were used to a certain way.
Yes.
And now they're coming back to another kind of way.
Yes, it's adjustments and so forth.
The huge adjustment. Now, a person mentioned these adjustments and stuff during the induction meeting.
Yeah.
To kind of introduce everybody back to Old Mutual. And everybody's like, yeah, we know it's going to be a little bit trying. And stuff. But then some people, especially the younger people, they don't have that particular sense of seeing things from different perspectives, or
Yes. I hear you.
someone yesterday, he said something very, very insightful. He said they don't have the emotional intelligence to be able to see things from someone else's perspective.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you doing your job, you know. And I think, yeah, I've also always seen it that way. I mean, I know I can be of trouble to
Sure.
disobedient, whatever. But then, you know, if I'm reprimanded or whatever, I can understand why you're doing it. Understand, this is your job. You're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to make sure that things run this way. And if I step out of line, I can handle you saying, look, don't do this or do that or whatever, you know. So it's definitely maturity that comes with it, and not everyone sees it that way. People just feel like they're being maybe attacked, and automatically they have this defense mechanism to attack you back or whatever, even though it's a simple thing. But if you really think back and say, you know what, this is this guy's job, I need to respect that, and I also need to bring my part, or my, you know, yeah, my part doing
Also,
to make this run smooth.
what people here don't realize is now that being a compliance officer here, for me, is like an entry level job in terms of safety. We don't have that much to do, kind of, man. Like I am a health and safety specialist. Right?
Okay.
I've been doing it for a long, long time. And I've been in different positions and everything, to where I was the health and safety agent for the city of Cape Town for the electricity department.
Okay.
Like, you still get some of those guys, the directors and stuff, that will phone me on a personal level and ask me, check here, this happened to this person. How can we go about certain things? Or most of most of the time, how can we make it disappear?
Yeah.
Because within my speciality, I have two skills that are it's a rather cool. It's stupid stuff, but
Okay.
I don't know a lot of people that have these two particular skills that
Okay.
can use it in tandem. And
Okay. What? Explain to us the skill. Talk to us a bit about that.
okay, so the one skill that I have is because I know the Health and Safety Act and stuff so well.
Yeah.
I can find loopholes and I can manipulate how it works.
I see.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I can use it to my advantage at any point in time. Like, there's not a lot of people, like, in this country, I'm not even saying in the city, in this country, there's not a lot of people that can challenge me about health and safety legislation.
Okay.
They
Interesting.
won't. They're gonna come second. There's a lot of people that will come second, right? There's like very, very few people that can actually challenge me and teach me something about it.
Okay.
This is how freak long I'm doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say now that definitely comes with time. The fact that you know it so well, man.
There was a very famous philosopher whose name eludes me right now, that said, experience is just a name we give to failure. And there's nobody on earth that succeeded at something that didn't fail at it first.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, yo, look at me, I am this really quiet. Oh, and
Yes,
I
yes,
fell
yes.
flat on my face many a times.
Yes.
I went from winning a competition, the health and safety competition in building for 80 to 140 million rand projects, to falling flat on my face to just the next audit.
Yo.
So it goes like
Oh, that's how do you get up from something like that?
how can you not?
I feel like I feel like at a point like that, you like, what is the point there now? What is the point? I've gotten so high and now I'm here flat on my face. What is the point of doing it again?
We're
Because
humans.
yeah, true,
We
but
adapt.
it's at that point we can talk about it in the next 5-10 years or whatever, and we can say, wow, I'm glad I did this or whatever, or it's a story we can laugh about now or whatever. But at that moment, it's hard to get back up again. It's hard.
No, because people's literal lives depend on what you do. Here is something very weird about health and safety. Nobody knows what we do because they don't see us doing anything. People only just see us walking around or sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But for example, while I'm walking around on the floor and I'm busy chaffing people for not wearing masks, or social distancing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's not the only thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
My mind has been so twisted now that I'm constantly doing risk assessments in my head.
Okay. I see.
It doesn't matter the magnitude of the risk assessment. I'm constantly doing risk assessments in my head.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, there are like a billion other things I'm thinking about, like how can I refine the registers that I'm using? Can I better the system that I'm using? How about I come up with a new system for something else? Like, it's always there.
Just flowing and so forth. But I mean, it's good that you look at it from the bigger picture, because then you can understand the importance of it as well, I feel.
Me considering the bigger picture, right, is me doing something like being super lenient on the floor. Like super lenient. Do you know how I do that?
Oh.
Now, bear in mind that one of my skills is finding loopholes for legislation to work in my favor.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty much ironclad after that.
Okay.
According to the Labor Relations Act, an unsafe act is an instant dismissal.
Okay.
So, an unsafe act is basically if you do something that is unsafe, right, where you can cause harm to yourself or others, right, that's an unsafe act.
Yes.
Like not wearing a mask.
I was just gonna ask now, would that be considered as an unsafe act for such a simple thing? Is it considered that?
Well, it can be.
Okay. And that's a immediate dismissal.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And you can take it to the CCMA and go ask about it.
Oh wow.
For real, this is now on a record.
Yeah.
So you can call the CCMA, ask them about it, and they will confirm, yes, according to the Labor Relations Act, an unsafe act is an immediate dismissal.
Oh wow. And I feel like that's why the guy before you was like I remember he mentioned also a couple of things like that. You can lose your job for this and whatever, and he was like very serious when it came to these things, not realizing how serious it actually is. You know?
Yeah.
We just go in like, it's just another day at work, oops, pull down my mask or whatever, you know.
So the thing is that it's the matter of he will just outrightly threaten you, but he won't be able to tell you how it works and where the danger particularly lies.
Yes,
I am now telling you.
Yes, you bring that understanding compared to how he did it. Yeah.
So that level of leniency that I have, that's a great one.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So now this Nervin had a badge he blew up on the floor and I just walked away. And it's like, yeah, look at this bad attitude and everything.
Hectic.
Check here. I'm a trained martial artist.
Yes, I want to speak a bit about that also.
And I know how to easily kill people barehanded. Right?
Okay.
Plus, I'm like, at the time, divorce is still fresh. There's a lot of shit going on in my mind and my heart and everything.
Yeah,
so emotions are not all on the sunny side, even though that is what I show. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like a burnt sunny side up. So it's dark at the bottom and then you just see the nice parts.
Yeah,
right?
you see the nice parts, yeah.
So then, all I wanted to do was, when I turned around and walked away, all I wanted to do was hurt this man to the best of my ability. And me doing that would render him lifeless. So I choose not to do that because I'm scared to lose that little bit of control.
Yeah, no, I think it's, even though you know you're capable of doing certain things, it's important to like like with those things, like I've always been curious about learning like a fighting skill, right? And I know what they teach is if you don't have to do it, don't do it. If you get robbed or whatever, don't fight it.
That's why you get insurance, most. If you take a phone out on contract now, you always take that extra insurance. Yes, it's gonna add up at the end of the day to money that would somehow be wasted, right?
Yeah.
But you never know, man. And someone in my particular industry now, your health and safety messed me up good and solid. I swear.
What do you mean it messed you up? It sounds like it sounds like this is like the one thing that you've done that you really like into, that you really like passionate about. I can tell.
It's a curse, man. That's what it is. It's a curse. It's not that I'm passionate about it on purpose. It's a curse. It is so hardwired into my system.
Yes.
I used to be an adventurous person. Jump off cliffs, go rock diving, all that kind of stuff.
Fun. Yeah.
Not now. No.
So why are you blaming like the
risk assessments, buddy? Risk assessment.
Oh, I see.
So in our industry, we don't plan for stuff that happen every day. We plan and we strategize and we assess risks and we do everything for the one time that it don't work out. That is what we do.
I see.
But funny enough, if somebody's going to be working out a budget for something, right? Health and safety is always the first thing to get cut.
Is it?
We don't get a big budget. We don't get fancy things.
Shame.
We get bottom of the barrel shit now. And yet, if something goes bad, they turn around and they say, "But now, here's the thing. Where's the?"
Yeah.
You can't tell your contracts manager on the side, but my laptop don't even go on, man. What am I supposed to do here at work? No.
I hear you.
We get the bottom of the barrel shit, and then people expect us just to pull rabbits out of hats all the time. Because they don't know what it is that we do.
Exactly, yeah.
So now they cut the health and safety stuff.
Yes.
All the time, man. All the fucking time.
Isn't there someone that's supposed to like represent maybe for you guys to bring that understanding then? Your fighting or that training phase, what did you do? Did you do MMA?
Nope. Officially, I did karate.
Okay.
Up until brown belt.
Okay.
I always loved fighting.
Okay.
I love martial arts. I love
the whole
thing.
Did you enjoy the discipline in it, or was it just the wild fighting that you enjoyed?
Karate isn't about wild fighting.
It's not.
More than anything, it's about control.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna see if I can find a way to be able to explain this right.
Okay.
Because I don't want any misconceptions. There's gonna be people that's gonna listen to this and then they say, "That guy's talking shit." But maybe this is my perspective. This is my purview.
Yeah.
So basically, karate is like having a gun on your persons. You maintain your gun every day at home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You will polish it and lubricate it and all that kind of stuff, and you will have it ready and easily accessible whenever you need it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That is what karate is. It's a weapon. So the system is a weapon. No matter what, like people will give you a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you are turning yourself into a weapon. Never to be used.
Yeah. That is so true. Like I was gonna ask, like, do you ever like use these things that you learn? Or look, I suppose it's the way I see it is, if I learned a skill like that, right, a fighting skill or whatever I'm doing, right, boxing or kickboxing or whatever. Look, you want to put it into practice, but I feel like
now,
you will automatically
from
have
white belt. Now, here's the weird part. From white belt till about 2 grades before your brown belt. That's all you want to do. because now you learn quite stuff. Now you
You
are
wanna
the
show
most
this-
brash person and most overly confident person in the world, because
That's the
like
thing.
like up to green belt, you wanna just fuck things up, right?
Yeah.
But afterwards,
Mm.
when you go a little bit deeper into your training, because once you get there,
Mm.
once you get as far as there, right, you start looking into the other things. Like, do you know why it's called martial arts?
No, tell me. I know nothing. I don't know anything about it though.
Now you can't say you know nothing. That is
Oh,
that's
like
impossible.
about it, like, you know, I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
So martial arts is named for that because it is how you express yourself within that discipline of combat,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So karate in itself is, you know what they teach you at karate? They teach you how to fight, and they teach you how to fight quiet karate. Because karate isn't just that stupid shit you find on TV and stuff. It's a really quiet. It's very adaptable and everything. Like people always say, I'm never sending my lighty to karate because that's just for pussies and stuff. Not true.
I think I enjoy the discipline at
But
things.
here's the thing. Do you know what they also teach you at karate all the time while they're teaching you how to fight?
What's that?
Is to not fight.
Yeah.
That is what they teach you. They teach you
Yeah.
to fight. They quiet you, like I said, I can kill people quick, right? But then they teach you, don't fight.
Don't fight. They teach you the skill, but
Use
they say
your words, don't fight.
Don't use it. It's a weird thing though.
So you have this gun on your persons, right? And you are well trained with this gun. You can shoot people from a distance and quick and everything. You can quickly kill those people with your gun, right? But then you can't use it.
You can't use it. Yeah. It's a weird thing though. Why do they do that though? Why is it? Why is that the training?
I don't know about everybody else, right? So it's that is like the bushido of karate. Like you train your whole life to master how to fight and kill people and do all those beautifully violent things in a way that is beautiful because you're expressing yourself as an art form.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Never to use it in a real life.
Yeah. Like if I had to do it, I was gonna say if I had to do something like that, I'll do it because it's gonna build confidence within myself. So I'm gonna walk different. I'm gonna talk different.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be afraid to approach a certain
No,
thing,
it does all of those things.
Yeah. Now that's the reason why I'll do it, but I know not necessarily I'll hardly use it.
It is all of those things now. But okay, I know something that you wanted to touch on at some point, but I'm seeing a bit of a pattern in this whole situation.
Okay.
Karate, they prepare you for that one time that something's gonna go bad, right?
Yes.
Not for all the other times that something goes good.
Yeah.
Health and safety officers, we prepare for that one time when something goes bad,
Okay.
not for the things that go good.
Yes. Yes.
So I think I'm just attracted to that stupidity.
It's not stupid. I don't think
It's like
on
everything in life is like preparation for something that might or might not come.
They might not. It's the risk. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the risk.
So now I do a job where I prepare for something that might or might not come.
Might not come.
I do a martial art for something that might or might not come. But you can enter competitions and you can go boss and everything. But the real life thing where it's going to count the most, where your life is on the line, you preparing with competitions and everything.
Yes,
Right? You're
yes.
preparing for that day,
Yes.
but it might not come.
Yeah, and I feel like there's different other reasons. Like I mentioned, you can practice it. It doesn't need to be just to fight
And it
whatever.
is fantastic for calming yourself, for that discipline and everything.
Yes.
It's really quite to harden your body. I don't know if you notice that I keep on punching very hard things.
No, I don't watch how you punch the things.
Like when I'm walking around on the floor and I walk past a column,
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to
You
first
can-
slap it with the back of my hand and then I'm going
Okay.
to punch it.
Okay, why is that? Do they teach you that in karate or what?
So it's called conditioning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically it does two things. One is it kills the nerves on your
I
knuckles,
see.
right? So that you don't really,
Feel.
yeah. And the other thing is your bones are not solid pieces of material. It has a lot of cavities.
Yes.
It's actually very, it's very,
Brittle. Okay.
So now it's not necessarily brittle, but there's a lot of cavities in. So now every time you punch something really hard, you get like a fracture in your knuckle or in your bone.
Yeah.
So once that heals, it turns solid. So the more you break it, the more solid your hand gets, and the harder the impact is when you hit someone. Admittedly, I don't do it enough with my left hand.
I see.
But I constantly do it with my right hand.
Okay.
So I'm constantly punching concrete and steel.
You're preparing for something that might not happen.
There's that, and I really have not punched anyone really hard in a long time. And there are some days when my fist feels itchy where I just feel like breaking someone's ribs or punching someone's face broken or something.
It's fun.
It's just one of those things, man. So
I feel like it's like a man thing to feel that way. It's just like for ego also, maybe they talk sometimes.
It's not that. It's like,
I don't know. That's how I see it.
who was I telling yesterday about my brown belt grading? My brown belt grading had to face 6 opponents.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
In one go. But the 6 opponents are black belts.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're there to help my sensei during the grading.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah. So that particular day of my brown belt grading, I had blood blisters under my feet from training. I had bruises all over my body. They moved my eye. They busted my lip open because there's 6 black belts coming at you at once, and they are wailing at you. But you, at that moment, supposed to be hard enough to be able to tank a lot of damage. And also, you must be able to neutralize, and I'm using air quotes for those that are not with us at the time.
Yeah.
Just lay them out, man. You know what I mean? So, I'm not going to lie. I love fighting and I love karate. And I laid those 6 black belts out. They did a lot of damage now, but I did tank it. And
Okay.
because while you're training and you're doing your grading and everything, all the adrenaline is pumping through your body and there's a lot of endorphins being released. So you don't feel all that pain. People are mooring you. You feel it, but it's not like, yo, I need to go sit down. Hit my rib.
Yeah, no, I don't think you build
you
that.
are going through some stuff and you are laying people out.
And it's that endurance, I suppose, eh?
And when I train with black belts, right? When we just do these exercises, it hurts.
Yeah.
Even the women, it hurts.
Yeah.
If I must do this exercise with you, it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Because I am kind of conditioned, and I might not practice karate at the dojo now, right? But my dojo, my sensei is still waiting for me. She sends me messages on a regular basis. When am I coming back? Am I still keeping up with my training and stuff? Because I train by myself. I train at home.
Okay, you do still keep
I've reached a level where I can do self-training.
Yes.
And then I can go to my sensei and say, look, I want to come back. What do I need to do? And blah, blah, blah. And then,
That's
get
nice.
back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
She wants me to become a black belt so that she can utilize me.
I see. Yeah. I see. Yeah, that's an interesting journey and so forth. Yeah, I don't know. I did mention to you yesterday that what I do it was I didn't jump into all the things I wanted to talk, but I mean we spoke nice. I picked up a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things, and I'm sure people listening to this also picked up and learned a couple of things and so forth. Talk to me about your most recent lesson. Have you got one for me? Most recent lesson.
Most recent lesson.
It doesn't even have to be like most recent. It can just be like a lesson maybe that just stuck with you for a long time.
Look, a person learns things every day. Like yesterday I learned about emotional intelligence.
Okay.
It's something that you know exists. Like, that is the thing. Sometimes you learn something that you know exists, but it gives you, when somebody else says something about it, it gives you a deeper understanding about it, man. So it makes a person think. Like yesterday, Julian was talking to me about the emotional intelligence of someone. And it kind of got me thinking about emotional intelligence and endearing myself to others and, the whole nine. So, but I'm sure that's not the kind of lesson that you are.
No,
looking
that's
into.
fine. I think emotional intelligence is extremely important. I see people that can't control it. I see adults that can't control it, and it's sad because I mean we all deal with these emotions. We're all emotional beings, and seeing people not being able to control it or just lash out or just like lose their mind at the moment because of the pressure and so forth, I feel it's just not a nice sight, you know. And I feel like learning something like that is so important, and it's important in all aspects of your lives, whether it's like in a relationship, whether it's in the workplace or whatever, you know. So I think it's an important thing, it's an important lesson that needs to be learned. And yeah, thank you for sharing that.
So something that stuck out to me very recently was and I don't think I should mention that particular thing on the air, but there's someone that I know that also recently went through a divorce, and it it would have been so cool to be able to talk to her about it, right? And hang out with her and make sure that she's okay and everything, but I can't. And this is the weird thing that stuck out to me, is that society sucks balls.
Okay.
So this person, because she's female and I'm male, I can't do that with her because everybody's going to just look at it as something different.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I genuinely want to try and be there and be a support structure, because I recently also went through divorce.
Yeah, you mentioned.
So to be able to,
Yeah, you know you can relate with what she's going through and
yes,
so forth.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I hear you.
So now that, keeping that in mind, how long is this interview? Like an hour?
No, it's fine. You can just keep going whenever.
So, so there's this chick that drives with me. No?
Okay.
This chick is married. Alright? She lives in a separate entrance as well.
Okay.
And her husband is a school dude. Right? I haven't met him yet.
Okay.
But she had some weed, so
Okay.
once that happened, someone's school. If you share weed with weed brings people together.
Yeah,
right?
I've also learned that. Everyone says that.
But now, even though we shared weed and stuff, right? And his wife is really cool and stuff, and driving together, person, you talk about stuff, you become friends.
of course.
It's not just a love club, it's not just colleagues and stuff.
Yes, you guys talk and
there's
communicate.
personal things that
Yes.
that
come
so
up,
now this particular woman doesn't like being alone at home during load shedding.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. The divorced one now, or the
No,
one that's married?
this is the married one.
Okay.
Same concept. Because I don't have to rush home. Right?
Yeah.
Which means that I can sit with her during load shedding till her husband comes or the lights go back on. But think about this. I can't do it because I'm a man and she's a woman.
Yes.
So now it's going to look really bad if I'm lambing there by her and her husband comes home. Now we're sitting in the dark because it's load shedding.
Yes.
And there's this that he never really met. He's heard about me many times, but he never really met me. Sitting with his wife in the dark.
Yeah. That's it's a challenging situation there, but I hear
It
you.
is. So now, but every time something like that happens, where I'm thinking, fuck man, society sucks balls. Because you genuinely want to just
just hang out or just be.
You just want to
or-
be, you just genuinely want to be somebody in somebody's life that is non romantic or pervy or
Yes.
hitting on you or
Yes.
I don't know how to.
But I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
But now you can't. You know this as a man.
Yes. 100%.
You can't just be genuinely friends with somebody
Yeah.
that's a female because
It's just,
society judges,
things, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then also you must consider how your wife is gonna feel about that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you can't just like, okay, that sorry man, sorry about that.
Yeah. No, but it's
society sucks, man. So now the same would be now if, let's say for instance, you make a friend at work.
Yeah.
You
Make
not
a female friend or whatever.
Let's say for instance you meet a female at work. You guys hit it off during conversationals, and then you realize, yo, there's not a genuinely like a person to hang out with. Why don't we go to the pub after work one Friday? No, you can't because you're married.
Yeah.
Your wife is instantly going to be suspicious. And all this woman wants to do is just be a friend.
Look, it is challenging because I've been like I don't enjoy small talk really. So when I talk,
that is very ironic for a brother that has podcasts and interviews people.
I don't enjoy small talk.
This is small talk. This is
When
conversation.
when I say small talk, I mean, how's it? Nah, I'm good. Okay, cool. The weather, yeah. That's what I mean by small talk. So like this, I don't consider this small talk, right? So I enjoy like conversating about the real things, life situations, and so forth, and I'm involved with like females even at work, talking about things like that. And it is challenging because you need to like know also the boundaries, because people perceive things differently, and you know
those boundaries that suck.
yeah, look, I feel like it's important because it can be manipulated.
Most of those boundaries suck because some boundaries are there for a very good reason.
Yeah, I feel it is there for a good reason, and it's just to also let the next person know, or just to be what you're supposed to be, and not necessarily go out of boundaries and do things you're not supposed to be doing. You know, so it's
So let's put that question to you. Let's say for instance your wife Ubers home one day.
Yeah.
She gets home as loud shedding. Right?
Yeah.
Or she gets a lift from her colleague. A colleague takes her home. But there's a colleague at work. You know, his name is James or
whatever his name is.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's give him like a name that nobody likes.
Heinrich.
Farrell.
Okay, yeah.
So now I'm Farrell. You hear about Farrell all the time. Every day. Now me and Farrell had lunch today. We were sitting, we were chatting about this, blah, blah, blah. You know what Farrell did today at work and blah, blah. You know what I mean? We had such a good laugh and whatever. Now Farrell gives a laugh home. Right? Now it's loud shedding. You come home.
Nah, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with that.
Farrell laughing there by us. That's one of those occasions where you like thinking, nigga, you lucky I didn't do karate.
Yeah, look, it's definitely not. I don't know what his intention is. And at the end of the day, he's a guy. I feel like guys sometimes we don't.
So you understand my perspective, but you also understand the perspective of society in general.
Yes.
Which I also understand, but it still irritates me, man.
You feel like it. You feel like it's being unfair towards you because your intentions are pure.
Yes, kind of.
I hear you. Interesting. It is challenging. I must say so for myself, but I feel there should be boundaries. There should be certain boundaries, because also you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're tempted, and you just because you didn't abide by the rules, now you're tempted and now you do things you're not supposed to be doing.
I feel that's other people's fault and not mine.
You know, it
sounds very, very arrogant, but the reason why I say that is because other people would want to try and take advantage of a situation like that. When I just don't feel like that level of drama in my life. So once again, it's hard to be there for your friend, someone that you consider to be a friend, right? It's hard not to be there for them.
Because of that.
So we live in Mitchell's Plain.
Okay.
It is the safest, most wonderful place on earth where teddy bears ride on unicorns and rainbows shoot right out of their bums.
Yeah.
Everybody must move to Mitchell's Plain.
Yeah,
That's a great place. Great place. No gangsters or anything.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, after that public service announcement, she doesn't like being alone during lockdown, load shedding, because it's a threat. There is a safety issue.
Yes.
Now, once again, if I'm there, wow, then she's safe. But we can't. So now I must actively let something potentially happen to a friend of mine.
I see.
Because society has bad thoughts.
I see.
Sucks balls, no?
I understand your point, yeah.
So now what if Farrell had good intentions?
No.
Or are you just thinking Farrell's whole year's
No, I won't. Yeah, I won't trust it. I won't trust it. Even if his intentions was pure, I don't know that, and I will never know that. Well, not never, but I don't know that. And automatically, when you see that, you
know what's weird? You're not normally a jealous Brana. But this whole Farrell situation got you worked out.
Look, I'm not. I'm not. Look, I say I'm not jealous. I want my wife to be around people and whatever.
No.
But in a certain situation, yeah, then there is boundaries. There's definitely boundaries. Because I know I'm not gonna go do that for someone else. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's wrong. Like, just like you mentioned now, the way society sees it or whatever, it's wrong. There's boundaries. You can't do that. Even though you want to be a pure friend or your intentions are pure.
You're just going to enamour Farrell. That is the end.
There we
like
go.
You're not a jealous bro, but now Farrell is bringing out the worst in you.
Yeah, of course. Then I'm definitely going to come to you for some karate lessons or something. So yeah, no, this was good. Russell. Thank you so much for your time and your
it didn't go the way that you were planning.
Yeah, look, I told you, I did mention to you yesterday.
There were like a lot of topics that you wanted to talk about.
Look, that's normally the case.
But I did tell you that I'm a day waster, my bro.
Nah, it was good. I feel it was good.
Time on a phenomenal level.
I feel like it was good. I learned a good couple of things. This last topic was also now quite interesting and made me like think and so forth. And yeah, it was good.
Maybe you're not the non-jealous type.
Look, I'm not jealous. I don't think I'm necessarily jealous, but there is boundaries. I think there's definitely boundaries and so forth, and I'll leave it at that. So yeah, thank you for your most recent lesson and everything and whatever. So thank you guys so much for listening and for making it this far. Thank you again for your support and your love, and don't ever forget to live life and be happy.